Hey, Dustin Tibbetts here, financial advisor with Jazz Wealth Managers. I hope you'll check us out at jazzwealth.com. We just do these videos to help teach. We like to teach our customers, and I like to teach the public too because, well, it's marketing, right? You guys have figured that out. I wear the same shirt all the time. We got the things at the bottom. You know what we're doing. But if I could teach you something, then I'm happy as well. Here we go. You want to retire early? Yeah, I got a lot of people that want to retire early these days, and that's awesome. It just means you're going to have to try a little bit harder. We're going to have to be really smart about your dough. Got a lot of people out there that say, yeah, I'm going to retire early, but I don't need a financial advisor. I'm just going to go pick an index fund and you know, figure it out from there. Okay, well, that's the investment side. I have nothing wrong with that. I never pick on people that want to do the DIY approach. I'm kind of the same way, right? I mean, we're actually bidding on a foreclosure property, and it's 4,800 square feet. It's a big, messed up, dumpy looking thing. And all I can think about is, I can't wait to paint that thing. Like for me, I won't pay somebody to paint a house. I enjoy it. I find therapeutic, just hours and hours of rolling a wall, just put the music on and go to town. For whatever reason, that's my thing. I won't pay people. I don't think painters are bad. It's just I prefer to do it myself. So I understand that. However, there's another part to the puzzle here. If you're going to retire early, we have to strategize a little bit. Recently had a customer said, I want to retire at 50. They happen to just turn 40 years old. They're tired of their job, man. They're going to bust their butt for the next 10 years. They want to retire at 50 and do something fun. He even joked to say, move down to Florida and just work at a jet ski rental place. Like, that's how bad he hates his job. It's okay, well, we got to strategize a little bit. But he made a critical mistake. I want to share that here with you today. Let's take a look at what he's got. So the customer has $111,000 all in his 401k. He's got a Roth 401k in there as well, but it's mostly the 401k and Roth 401k inside of his $111,000. Not bad, 40-year-old, he's saving some money. I've certainly seen worse. Sometimes you see better, but that's what he's got right now. He says at 50 years old, I don't need to live an extravagant life, Dustin. If I could have $40,000 a year, of course, each year it would be more dollars. It's a whole thing. But $40,000 a year, I would be happy. He's going to do some kind of part-time work that he enjoys, and he expects $12,000 a year. If I can make $1,000 a month or the equivalent of that in the future, cool, right? It's fine by me. What does that mean? From his retirement savings, we need $28,000, right? Yeah. So we need $28,000. That's what we're planning for. He says he's going to do his part, make some money. I've got to do my part and tell him how to put the $28,000 away. Now, coincidentally, for his age, he's 40 years old, wants to retire at 50. That's our goal. His savings rate is just about that. So let me show you something. So he's 40, we got to get to 50. He can't touch this money at 50. He had it in his head that he could touch that money, and if it only grew at a certain rate and he had a little bit more, it's fine. No. This money's locked up. He's got to wait until 60, really, 59 and a half, right? So what we've got to do is find a way to fill the gap between 50 and 60. He has 2 retirement goals, right? And it's fine. He's got 2 retirement goals. He now knows this. But when he gets to 50, we got to fill the gap. Then we've got 60 plus. All right. So in here, we've only got the opportunity to use 1 bucket of money. This bucket of money won't count. In here, we can use all buckets of money, no matter what he decides to do. All right. So what's he got to do here? We went through the whole thing. I won't make it a big deal, like how we broke it all down and all that. I've done a lot of videos on this for like the actual, how we calculate the numbers and everything. But his number comes out to 28,226. 28,226 is what he has to save in the next 12 months and then raise it by 3% a year. We do things a little differently here to account for inflation along the way rather than guess inflation in the future. So this is his savings number. And he knows that. He's okay with trying to hit that. But now he asks the question, which I'm assuming all of you are probably already asking, where's the money go? We don't want to put it in the 401k when we want to retire at 50 and we can't touch it. Maybe a little bit more flexibility in the Roth 401k, but it doesn't work like a Roth IRA. Careful, that's a trip. So anyways, we've got to use something else. We've got to have 2 sources of retirement, an individual account. We could strategize if this person happened to be self-employed or had any other things. There's a number of different scenarios he could have. Unfortunately, this guy has no other real beneficial areas than an individual brokerage account. Now, using an individual brokerage account, how much of this money needs to go in there and how much of the money can go in the 401k. We want as much money going in here as possible because it has the bigger tax advantage, or could have the bigger tax advantage. We do need to put enough money in our individual brokerage account to fill the gap over this 10 years. And that becomes the plan. That becomes the focus, rather than say, just make a general video and go, oh man, you take the tax advantage, use the Roth, it'll be great and all that stuff. No, we've got to strategize a little differently. So down here, we broke it down for him to say, the 28-226, here's how you're going to handle that. This is the most efficient way to do it. I forget the numbers. You're going to kill me. I'm sorry. I don't remember the numbers that he put into here. But some portion of money went into there, and a large portion of it went into the brokerage account. That wasn't the whole point of the video. The point of the video was to say, if you want to retire early, please don't make the mistake of thinking that that money, which a lot of times is the bulk of your savings, is accessible without penalties and taxes. We can't afford to do that. We need your money to last because you're retiring early. The last piece to the puzzle is, of course, he's going to have Social Security at some point. It's not going to be a lot because he's retiring early, remember? So he's going to do part-time work and all that good stuff. So by factoring those extra things in, that's what we want to plan for if you're retiring early. Getting fired up and using that FIRE movement, following your friends and getting them to save money, paying off your house, all that stuff is good. But what about the withdrawals when you start doing them? Just make sure you spend a little bit of time thinking about that. And I just really wanted to point that out in a kind of a general way. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully you do want to retire early and maybe do something fun as well. It's certainly a cool goal to shoot for. I will never retire personally. I just love what I do. But hey, think about that, okay? So have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll probably revisit this one soon, get a little more geeky with you if you like this sort of retire early focus. Notice a lot of you are focused on that. Enjoy.